What?
With that, is that what you're reading up there?
So that's the lyrics to the song that's playing. And welcome back to our coverage live courtside here at Arthur Ashe Stadium, where we're preparing for the men's semi-final battles to come. First on court in just under an hour, 4 p.m. Eastern, will be Rafa Nadal, the world number 1 and 17-time Grand Slam champion, the defending champ here in New York, facing off against the number 3 seed in 2009 champion Juan Martín del Potro. After that match, we'll see 2014 finalist Nishikori against the man that you see on your screen right now, former world number 1, reigning Wimbledon champion, 13-time Grand Slam champ, Novak Djokovic. After 2 years without winning a slam, over a year without winning a tournament, Novak Djokovic is back with a vengeance. Defeated Rafa Nadal in the Wimbledon semis before taking that, his 13th Grand Slam title. He's looking to tie Pete Sampras with 14 total Grand Slam titles and reclaim yet another US Open crowd. And it's an exciting day of action out here in Flushing Meadows. Much cooler temperatures today than we've seen over the past few days. Temperatures in the mid-70s, humidity a bit lower as well. The roof has been opened and closed throughout the day, but it is currently open. We'll continue to monitor the weather and keep you updated, but as of now, for at least the start of the Rafa and Del Potro match, the roof will indeed remain open. Novak Djokovic 14-2 head-to-head all-time against Nishikori. Nishikori, the number 19 player in the world, 28 years old, originally from Japan. Novak coming into the tournament, 31 years old and ranked number 6 overall. The last time they faced off was in Wimbledon this year. They had a 4-set battle. Novak Djokovic victorious. They also played earlier this year at the Masters 1000 in Rome, also a victory for Djokovic, and the Masters 1000 in Madrid, all 3 victories for Novak Djokovic. The last time that Nishikori was victorious was at the 2014 US Open, that in the semi-finals, with Nishikori pulling through in a 4th set. Nishikori won 2 of their first 4 matchups in their career. Djokovic has won the last 12. Novak Djokovic appearing in his 11th US Open semifinal. He's 7-3 in those semifinal matches. That's the second most in the Open era, behind Jimmy Connors. The 31-year-old Serbian was the only semifinalist not to lose a set in the quarterfinals, and he's won the last 10 sets in Flushing Meadows since dropping the 3rd set tiebreak to Tennis Sandgren in the 2nd round. He was a 2011 and 2015 US Open champion. He's attempting to reach his 8th final here in Flushing Meadows. He's 2-5 in finals here at the US Open. Also looking to reach his 23rd overall Grand Slam title match. He's 13-9 in Slam finals. In his past US Open title runs, Djokovic won Wimbledon in the same year, so that may be the momentum that he's looking for coming into this tournament. If Novak Djokovic reaches the final, he will qualify for the ATP Finals in London later this year. His opponent, Nishikori, is coming off of a hard-fought 5-set victory in a little over 4 hours against Marin Cilic in a rematch at the 2014 US Open final. Nishikori and Naomi Osaka are the first Japanese man and woman in the semis of the same Grand Slam tournament. Novak Djokovic on the season, not only the Wimbledon champion, but also won the Masters 1000 in Cincinnati, the last major tune-up before the US Open, defeating Roger Federer in straight sets in that final. He also reached the final of the London Queen's Club tournament and the semis at the Masters 1000 in Rome. He was a quarterfinalist in Roland Garros at the French Open. Djokovic had been a bit frustrated with himself early in the tournament due to what he perceived as a lack of focus. Djokovic, of course, dropping that set to Tenny Sandgren in the second round. He dropped the set and was tested by Fucsovics of Hungary in the first round before regaining his focus in the third round against the 26 seed Richard Gasquet. After that match, Djokovic saying that he felt like he was much more comfortable on the court, was locked in on the court. Of course, Djokovic known for his incredible focus, drive, and determination. And after regaining his footing in that match against Gasquet, he has not looked back, winning his fourth round and quarterfinal matchups in straight sets as well over Joao Sousa and John Millman, respectively. Of course, let us know in the comments your picks and predictions for the two semifinal matches to come. Just a couple hours ago, right here in Arthur Ashe Stadium, we had the men's doubles final with the American team of Mike Bryan and Jack Sock winning their second Grand Slam of the year. Mike Bryan now holds the record for the most doubles Grand Slam titles in ATP Tour history. Congratulations to Mike and to Jack Sock as well. Jack now with 3 Grand Slam doubles titles. Mike's twin brother, Bob, of course, injured after having hip surgery. And thus, Mike Bryan and Jack Sock teamed up earlier this year and have been on quite a tear since, winning Wimbledon and now the US Open. The fans just starting to enter into Arthur Ashe Stadium, with play to commence in just about 35 minutes. This will be a quick practice for Novak. Nishikori elected to practice out on the first practice court. Novak choosing to come in here to Ashe, where he will play his match. Novak had battled some injuries, as did Nishikori. As we mentioned, he went over a year without winning a tournament, but Novak is back fit, healthy. Of course, one of the best athletes on tour, incredibly agile, incredibly flexible, known for sliding around the court regardless of surface, for his highlight reel gets all over the court. Nice to see Novak finally back at full strength and competing for major titles once again, reasserting himself into the greatest of all time conversation with Roger, Rafa, and Pete Sampras, of course. Novak became the first man to win all of the current 9 Masters 1000 titles when he won his first Cincinnati round. Novak with a historic career, but still so much tennis left to play. He's been working on his backhand quite a bit throughout the practice week. That's been the major focal point of the majority of his practice sessions. You see his coach there telling him to make sure he stays down on the ball and doesn't lift up or open up his hips. Such smooth strokes from Novak Djokovic. He'll be facing off against a man with One of the top two-handed backhands on tour. Such precision and grace on the court, Nishikori. There are a few balls that Nishikori can't hit, so solid on both sides. And has developed much more of an offensive game as well. Nishikori coached by American legend Michael Chang, former Grand Slam champion. Beautiful day for tennis should the weather hold up. It's much cooler here in Arthur Ashe Stadium. Today we'll see how those temperatures impact the players. Significantly less humid as well. Just 76 degrees at the current moment leading up to start time of the match. Feels like 79, humidity hovering right around 70%. Slight wind today, about 9-mile-per-hour wind headed northeast. Tonight it'll remain cloudy with winds between 4 and 9 miles per hour and an overnight low of 69 degrees, so it will continue to cool down as the evening goes on. Not too much of a wind factor, especially down here in the massive Arthur Ashe Stadium. We will keep monitoring and see whether the cooler, less humid temperatures quicken the pace a little bit on the court. Novak Djokovic trying to squeeze out every minute of practice that he can before having to head inside the locker room as they prepared the court for the first semifinal match at 4 Eastern. Of course, keep it locked in with us all day long. We'll be bringing you more behind-the-scenes coverage of the men's semifinals, and tomorrow we'll be bringing you live practice coverage from the women's finalists, Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka, as they prepare to face off for what could be Osaka's first Grand Slam title or Serena Williams' 24th. That would tie Margaret Court for the all-time Grand Slam singles record. Novak getting a little bit of pattern work in here, working on this pattern of 1 to 2 balls on the backhand side and then having to go across the court for a running forehand. Djokovic so quick, so agile on the court. Takes his fitness incredibly seriously, takes his nutrition incredibly seriously. Djokovic now opening up the court a little bit. Djokovic has ended 4 years in his career as the world #1. He's one of only 7 players to finish 4 or more seasons as the #1 ranked player in the world. He spent 223 total weeks at #1 in the world. That's 5th all time. He finished in the top 3 and earned over 60 wins in 10 straight seasons from 2007 through 2016 as Djokovic moves in to warm up his volleys. Djokovic has 70 career singles titles. That's 6th most in the Open era. 31 ATP Masters 1000 title. That's second all-time behind Rafa Nadal. He won at least 2 titles every year from 2006 to 2018, including winning all 4 Grand Slam titles and all 9 Masters 1000 events. He was an Olympic bronze medalist. In 2008, he led Serbia to the Davis Cup title in 2010. Beautiful touch there from Novak Djokovic. Djokovic just quickly working through his progressions, trying to get a quick warm-up of every stroke in, hitting some overheads, and he'll quickly hit a couple of serves or two. Djokovic always enjoys putting on a show for the crowd, even here in a practice session. Let us know in the comments your predictions for the matches this evening. An exciting day of tennis on this day 12 of the US Open. This is what we've all been waiting for. 128 players entered into this men's singles tournament, and only 4 remain. We'll see who can clinch a spot in the final. Morris in the comments, rooting for Novak Djokovic. Ramsey's in the comments saying the best in the world. Yelena cheering for Novak as well. Gloria saying go Novak. Of course, thank you to all of our fans for joining us for this practice session, for all the practice sessions. We love all of our fans from all over the world taking part in this tennis extravaganza that is the US Open. There's no tournament like it. The fans are piling into the stadium. The music is blaring. The crowd is excited for the tennis to come. There is nothing like the glitz and glamour of the US Open, especially as we get into the evening session. Truly an unforgettable tennis experience. Edge in the comments picking Novak and Del Potro to face off in the final. As Novak quickly takes a couple of serves. Again, first match underway in just about a half hour here in Arthur Ashe Stadium. Junior matches and the Wheelchair US Open going on around the grounds currently as well. Of course, once again, we want to congratulate Mike Bryan and Jack Sock for winning the men's double title. Mike Bryan now the all-time winningest doubles player in ATP Tour history with his 18th Grand Slam doubles title. Congratulations to him. #1 seed Coco Gauff in the girls singles tournament here at the Junior US Open was upset by a qualifier from the Ukraine today. That match just finishing up on court 17. That a shocking upset of one of the top juniors in the world. That match a quarterfinal battle. Novak not only with a strong serve, but one of the best returners in the game. He's really revolutionized the wide base on the return. Novak standing very low and wide on the return with a stance almost like a power lifter. You'll see that when he warms up his return in just a couple of minutes. Mia asking who is his opponent. Novak Djokovic will be facing off against Nishikori in the semifinals, with Novak Djokovic leading the all-time head-to-head 14-2 against the #19 player in the world and former US Open semifinalist, or finalist I should say, Nishikori. The winner of that match will face the winner of Rafa Nadal, the world #1 and defending champion, against the #3 player in the world, Juan Martín del Potro. That match first on court here in just about 20 minutes. Novak with a beautiful kick serve out wide right there. You can see as Novak arches his back and almost looks like he's doing a sit-up in the air as he kicks up on the ball for that kick serve. That ball jumping up well over the shoulder of the hitting partner returning. And the lights are on and shining bright here in center court. The stadium starting to fill up more and more as fans rush in to get their seats and catch the action to come. It is day 12 and men's semifinal day here at the US Open. And as Novak Djokovic takes his last couple of serves before heading into the locker room, they'll get ready to prepare the court for the match to come. Rafa Nadal, the world #1 and 17-time Grand Slam champ. Can he defend his US Open title? Well, he has 2 matches to go to do just that, and the first one will be underway in about 20 minutes from now against a familiar opponent, Juan Martín del Potro, and then that man right there, 13-time Grand Slam champion, the Serbian sensation, Novak Djokovic, will face off against Nishikori. All that and so much more to come. Keep it locked in with us on US Open social media. Joey Brander here with you. It doesn't get much bigger than this, folks. The US Open semifinals. Stay tuned.